Good morning, Board and IPA members. We are from Finance and Tax Committee. Please allow me to introduce Zahra as the new chair for Finance and Tax and myself as the vice chair. So, Zahra, what are the achievements for 2024?
Well, this year, our committee focused on improving Indonesia's fiscal competitiveness, collaborating with key government stakeholders and supporting other committees like supply chains, HR, and RSC. We advocated for impactful legal frameworks and fiscal incentives to drive progress. We proposed revisions to the oil and gas law, a critical legal certainty. Despite constructive dialogue with the government, including legislators this year, competing priorities like renewable energy bill and cabinet restructuring have delayed its progress. We also advocated changes to Government Regulations 27 and 53, pushing tax exemption facilities extended to the production periods. Finally, we revisited the VAT issue on master list facilities, an old challenge returning after a decade, where consensus among government departments remains challenging. So those are the main highlights for 2024, and listen to you, Kendra, for 2025.
Okay. This year, our committee will continue to work on ongoing issues to improve Indonesia's fiscal competitiveness and support the strategy on energy transition. New governance in all government institutions is expected to bring a new hope towards improving Indonesia's challenges in the industry. Focus group discussion will be an important avenue to bring together stakeholders with varying perspectives and interests, particularly on issues that eroding our PAC value, such as the GR36 and GR93, and have been lingering for so many years, such as the oil and gas law revision. Despite the challenges, we remain committed to advocate fiscal reforms that drive economic growth and certainty. Together, we will continue pushing boundaries in 2025. Thank you.
Hi all, we are here today to talk about exploration committee activities. First, when I reflected back to where we were during the COVID era in 2020, there was no single PSC awarded by the government. However, since then the government made significant improvement to attract more investment, resulted significant increase of the new PSCs. So, Mbak Rina, as the chairwoman of the IPA Exploration Committee, so what has been done with the government?
Okay, with all the other committees, we have done the advocacy and thankfully the government has made the following changes. Firstly, ESDM introduced the improved fiscal terms for the bid round, and then the PSC commitment funds can now be spent in open areas, and also ESDM launched the Team Capman to conduct exploration studies in the open areas. So with all those efforts, the industry has responded positively. The number of the new PSCs have increased by 13 in 2023, and this was the highest record, the same number as in years 2012 and 2013. But Mas Agung, do you think we still have remaining challenges?
Of course, so as we discussed in the committee, so we have identified some potential challenges going forward. As you know, exploring frontiers area means high risk, high cost. Unfortunately, the government only offer split to the vendor still too low. Also, there is no cost and risk sharing by the government. On top of that, ease of doing business as contract sanctity remains sticky points. So, Mbak Rina, as we discussed internally, so what is the program going forward to address those challenges?
Yeah, in 2025, we will continue to do advocacy to address the issues that you have mentioned, and we will keep supporting the government to conduct exploration study in open areas and collaborate with others to promote technology and innovation for exploration.
Okay, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for your time and attention. Thank you all,
and see you next year.
Hello everyone, I'm Radit from the ECC, the Ethics and Compliance Committee. I would like to take this opportunity to reflect on the important works and activity we did this year to uphold and share the same standard of integrity, business ethics, and compliance in our industry. I realize that we have made significant progress, but the landscape is always evolving, and the new risks and challenges emerge every day. To refresh, ECC is divided into 4 sections: the internal and external engagement, communications, and educations. This year, we focus our external engagement with SKK Migas Internal Control and KPK, the Corruptions Eradications Commissions. With SKK Migas, we started to establish common understanding of ENC risk in procurement and fraud, as well as the ongoing process of business script and cost sharing. While with KPK, We discuss about challenges that might fall into bribery and corruption risks and can be blocker into our industry. In the internal, ECC welcomed larger member and conducted best practices sharing session among members. We were also invited to speak at Harbor Energy Compliant Week event this year, a similar invitation to the one from Petronas last year. Knowing the benefits of the events, we really encourage members to conduct similar events in their organization. On the educations, communications, and event, we successfully conducted supplier compliance management strategy, understanding the risk and its mitigations during IPA Confect 2024. The discussion panel successfully attracted over 100 participants. We collaborate with PT Tripatra, a large national oil and gas contractor company, to share their experience and practices in mitigating the risk. Lastly, on the 2025 look ahead, we would like to continuously build and nurture a culture of ethics and compliance among members in the industry, where we would expect that each member will be able to share the best practices from ECC within their companies. Before closing, I would like to thank and recognize ECC members for their contributions and patience in nurturing E&C culture in the industry, and to thank the IPA board for the trust and support to the committee. See you again really soon.
In 2024, the LNG and Gas Committee has been actively working to improve the business environment for LNG and gas. Key activities include engaging with stakeholders like SKK Migas and the Ministry of Industry, monitoring government policies on domestic gas prices and export-import regulations, and advocating for the role of gas as a transitional fuel in Indonesia's energy mix. The committee also supports the IPA board and other committees in their advocacy efforts for upstream gas business.
Regarding the policy context and 2024 events, in 2024, the government approved several significant gas and LNG development plans, including Masela, Sakakemang, IDD, and North Hub. Gas price policy remains crucial to support field development economics, especially with the export flexibilities. The 2024 elections brought changes in government positions, requiring a remapping of stakeholders and potential policies for effective advocacy. In the supply-demand context, Indonesia's gas demand is projected to grow modestly until 2030, with a more rapid increase expected from 2030 to 2050, while the legacy supply is anticipated to decline significantly.
As our 2025 focus is support investment in the gas and LNG sector, the IPA LNG and Gas Committee will focus on advocating for improvements in gas pricing policies, fiscal terms, and open access infrastructure. Our aim is to ensure market-based pricing through business-to-business negotiation, maintain contract stability, and support higher splits to enhance contractor economics, especially for mature and challenging projects. Additionally, we will advocate for balanced import-export policy to support domestic gas development and emphasize the importance of protecting contract sanctity and contractual rights when new policies are issued. Thank you for the good collaboration so far. Looking forward to working with you in 2025.
Hello everyone, I'm Marioko from ExxonMobil.
And I'm Widya Tiwagyono from Eni. Today we are representing IPA HR Committee and excited to share some important updates and insights from our HR Committee's activities.
Our members have been actively engaged as part of the HR Committee. In 2024, we have focused on advocating for HR issues related to two key areas: energy transition and expatriate remuneration.
One of our major concerns has been the Minister of Finance Regulation number 258 year 2011, which caps expatriate salaries and benefits. Despite regulations provision for a review every 2 years, this hasn't been followed. Our advocacy, in collaboration with the Finance and Tax Committee, has been ongoing. Some companies have faced negative government audits, adding urgency to this issue.
This year, as part of Industry Salary Survey, a special section on expatriate will be completed by December 2024. SKK Migas support will be crucial in our discussion with the Ministry of Finance on PMK 258 and hopefully can happen in early 2025.
Energy transition remains a key priority for the government, with a recognition of the role of conventional oil and gas. It is crucial this transition to focus on talent acquisition, training in green technologies, and cultural transformation.
We also would like to highlight the change of mindset initiative by SK Migas, aiming to drive urgency, foster collaborations, and achieving direct results. This is a leverage for the industries for focusing on effectiveness and value creations, while minimizing administrations.
Our committee members attended SKK Migas annual working meetings to discuss HR strategies, targets, and emerging issues. The last one was in June 2024 and next later this month.
Additionally, the committee regularly participates in SKK Migas HR meeting, known as the Nusa Indah Group, which provide valuable knowledge sharing and informal networking opportunities.
In 2025, we will focus on several key initiatives, including review and update on SKK Migas PPK 018. A task force, including IPA representation, has been involved for this purpose.
We will continue to support the energy transition and develop a more grounded strategy for PMK 258, including multi-level engagement with stakeholders. A focus group discussion with SKK Migas and the Ministry of Finance is planned for 2025.
We will also address the recent Constitutional Court ruling on labor law, examining its impact on the industry and advocating for our position.
Thank you for your attention. Stay tuned for more updates and let's keep working towards a brighter future.
I'm Widi.
And I'm Arjoko. It's been a pleasure sharing this update with you. Have a great day.